Long Hill Bypass construction. Exciting times ahead for Montego Bay. You know, the buzzword again is the Long Hill Bypass. The Long Hill Bypass is again will be 4 lanes of traffic, 2 lanes going in each direction. And we're here in the Bogue area of Montego Bay, looking at what is said to be land clearing efforts that's currently underway. Straight ahead of us, the Long Hill Bypass will continue straight into the hills there of Montego Bay. The Long Hill Bypass is another problematic main road. I mean, the Long Hill itself is problematic. Again, it's a dangerous road. A lot of accidents have occurred on that road. You know, vehicles going off over into that precipice. If there's a accident, there's a long line of traffic on the Long Hill itself. And so it's bad for business. It's bad for commercial activities. It reduces production in Montego Bay. And it affects, you know, persons traveling from the town of Montego Bay into areas such as Westmoreland. From Montego going straight back to Westmoreland. So again, the Long Hill Bypass was well needed. It will be a toll road. It is said to have 2 toll booths. I think one will be in the Anchovy area and another in Montpelier. Again, if you're joining the live, let me know you're here. Head to the comments and let me know you're here joining the live. We're talking about the Long Hill Bypass and the land clearing efforts that's currently underway. Alright, so work commenced on the much needed Long Hill Bypass in St. James, as was promised by Stephen Edwards, the managing director at the NROC company. That's the National Road Operating and Construction Company. So the Montego Bay Perimeter Road is about 50% completed. And NROC now is at the stage where they are now moving on to the Long Hill Bypass. Work has already started in the Montpelier end of the project. And if you've been following the channel, you would have realized that we did a video on one of those areas there in Anchovy. Yes, I'm seeing the thumbs up. Continue to like our video, our live. We're streaming live looking at the Long Hill Bypass and the land clearing efforts that is underway. There's also news that the budget has also increased for the entire Montego Bay Bypass. It is said that more money is needed. The Long Hill Bypass upgrade, remember initially it was 2-lane traffic. It was 2-lane road, now it's 4 lanes. And so this has added another $100 million to the project. And NROC is confident of a May 2026 completion. So 1 year from now, it is expected that the Long Hill Bypass will be completed. And the entire Montego Bay Perimeter Road project, because the Long Hill Bypass is a part of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. Continue to subscribe to the channel. If you're joining for the first time, we're looking at the Long Hill Bypass, the land clearing efforts for Long Hill Bypass. Continue to give a thumbs up. Let me know, is the video clear? Are you hearing me clearly? And June is saying that it is well needed. And I am so scared of it. And I'm living in the US. Oh, you're scared of the Long Hill main road as it is now. Yes, I understand. Thanks for sharing, June. Long Hill Bypass is very problematic, man. If anybody here is or had an experience, some accident on the Long Hill Bypass, let me know. Or some near misses, let me know what your experience was like traveling on the Long Hill main road. Let me know what it was like. So again, more money is needed for the Long Hill bypass to be completed. We're so happy that this type of infrastructure is going into Montego Bay. According to Stephen Edwards, again, the managing director of NRAC, the agency executed the Montego Bay perimeter road project on behalf of the government. $3.3 billion has been spent on land acquisition so far. Remember, they have to acquire some of these areas where the roads for the perimeter project travels through. A lot of money has been spent. $3.3 billion has been spent so far on land acquisition. So to date, it is said that all offers for compensation related to land acquisition for the Montego Bay perimeter road project have been accepted. This project is a massive undertaking, but even with media reports of some unhappy property owners, plus the additional work being done on the Long Hill bypass, it is said that Edwards is confident that it will meet its May 2026 completion date. Yeah man, a lot of money has been spent. We're seeing the comments. Continue to like our live. If you're joining in for the first time, we're in Bogue. Yes, Bogue, Montego Bay, not too far from the Bogue Village area. If you look to the left of the screen, to the right of the screen is where you have the Bogue Village. And going to the direction of the left of the screen is where you have the Montego West Village gated community. Yeah man, another sought after property. The Montego West Village. Not too far from the Granville area. And so straight ahead in those hills that you're looking at right now, the Long Hill bypass will go straight through the hills. So not much properties or land, will be bought up. So I think it would be much easier for the government to go ahead to construct that Long Hill bypass. Again, we looked at Jamaica's longest bridge over there in Irwin. Yeah man, in Irwin is where you find, Sign Irwin to be exact, is where you find Jamaica's longest bridge. A lot of work has been going on under the bridge as well. If you've passed there recently, you have noticed that they've put in some hexagonal blocks at the base to secure the base of the bridge. One of these days we'll be going there very soon. We'll be going there to look on the additional works being done on that bridge. So exciting times ahead for Montego Bay in terms of infrastructural developments. What are your views on that? You think Montego Bay is ready for so many a toll road? Do you think much people will use, let's say you're traveling from Irwin and you want to end up in Montpelier, St. James. Or you're traveling from Ironshore and you want to end up in Montpelier. It will be nice to know what the cost of that toll will be like. You'll have to pay another about 3 tolls or 2 tolls. You'd have about 3 toll booths there to contend with before you end up in Montpelier. Initially, Long Hill bypass was not expected to be a toll road. I don't know what has changed and caused them to make the Long Hill bypass into a toll road. I have my views on it. What are your views on it? What will it mean for Long Hill itself? Do you think that persons will abandon the Long Hill main road and just use the bypass instead? Again, if you're joining from overseas, let me know that you're here. We're looking at the land clearing efforts for the Long Hill bypass. Exciting times ahead for Montego Bay. Again, there's also the extension or the widening of the Catchinall West Green main road again. for 4 lanes of traffic going straight back onto the Howard Cook Boulevard. I've seen comments where persons have said that widening the road could actually increase the traffic going into that area, and it is not really a good fix. What are your views on that? Widening and converting West Green Avenue in Montego Bay into 4 lanes. A lot of land clearing. They have to remove all of the roundabouts there. Drainage have to be, a lot of work has to be done in terms of drainage. Again, the Montego Bay Perimeter Road, another aspect of that project is for a comprehensive drainage study. I hope that after all of these construction, there will be not much flooding. We won't have much instances of flooding in Montego Bay. Because there are certain sections of Montego Bay where, trust me, it's known for flooding. Who remember that big flood? I covered sections such as where the gully is, gully bus stop going straight back to Island Grill. Who remember that big flood? Who remembered when Westgate was flooded back in the day in about 99? It was about sometime in the late 90s when Westgate was underwater. That Montego River came over and the whole of Westgate was underwater. That was one of the largest instances of flooding in the Westgate area. So I hope all of that is being considered when the bridge expansion work is going on. And they have started already. So they have put in the foundation for expansion of the Westgate Bridge. Again, converting it into 4 lanes of traffic. Going from, so if you're traveling from West Green, it's 4 lanes going straight around to Barnett Street. Wayne is saying that they're not doing much over the years about flooding. Yes, all I see them doing is put up flood gauge. I mean, yeah, we know that area flood. What are you doing to fix the area? Just put up everywhere. Me say you go and put up a flood gauge. Yeah, we know that it's flooding out. What are the solutions to fixing that or to remedying that situation in terms of the flooding? I don't know. They need to have a comprehensive drainage study of the end of entire Montego Bay, especially going back to Cornwall, the school there, Cornwall College. That area always flood as well. When they're building road, not much is put into to mitigating flooding. Yeah, man, you're welcome. We're keeping everyone informed. And Wayne is still saying that some areas are flooding out. Yes, I agree. Yeah, man. So what can be done? They have to have proper maintenance or maintenance schedule. Yeah, man, they have to have scheduled maintenance at these roads. Scheduled maintenance at these roads is needed. Long Hill bypass, may I tell you. We very much welcome this. A lot of machines you see behind where I'm at now go straight back to the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. We have traveled this area already, so be sure to go through our videos. We did a lot of videos on the Montego Bay bypass, I have traveled over 80% of the current area cleared for the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. One of these days I'll be doing a live close to where the bridge is and at the other end of the bridge. We did one just coming into the Irwin area. If you know the Irwin area, it's called the Dollar View area of Irwin. We did one there. When it's saying June people still to using it a lot, houses and business in that area. Okay. So as I was saying, I've been traveling for more than 80% of the Montego Bay bypass. And everywhere along the bypass, you can see them constructing the drains that is, So the water that is coming off of the top of the hill, they have redirected it away from the road area for the Montego Bay perimeter road, and I'm happy to see that. A lot of areas, a lot of time when they're doing patching, road patching, or fixing the roads, you see them fixing the roads and no drains. They just carry the asphalt, go straight to the end. You don't see any drains. So what do you think going to happen? All of that water is going to settle on the road and lead to more potholes. So every road that you're constructing now, you have to have some form of drainage system. Even the idea of concrete roads. Jamaica needs to look now at concrete road. I don't think the asphalt thing really working out in some areas. Some areas, a lot of water always settle there. Probably the water table is high, so you have all of that water on the road. It's not running off quickly. The government need to construct concrete roads in those areas. Yeah, man. Because as soon as the water settle on the asphalt, and I don't think the asphalt is being made properly. It's being manufactured or whatever properly. I don't think so. Because as the roads are fixed, let's give it 3 months. You see the same potholes that they have patched re-emerging. It doesn't make any sense. Even over there in Sandy Bay, Wayne, have you traveled to Sandy Bay going straight back to Lucy? There's this road there where you always see the cows on the side of the road. A lot of pothole. That road is made under the road is shale, right? So the road is unstable. Under the road is unstable. So every time there's some rains or something, the road is there's always pothole there. So I'm saying that area you need to look at concrete roads to be used in those areas where the soil is unstable. It doesn't make sense you're patching over and over 4 or 5 times per year. You're patching the same area, right? Again, if you're joining the live, we're looking at land clearing efforts for the Long Hill bypass. It will go straight through these hills. I'm pointing on it here, straight over through those hills. There's a tractor over there that I think is being used for the land clearing efforts. It will go straight through those hills, straight over into Anchovy, Mount Carey, Mount Pelier. Alright? If you're joining the live, do remember to subscribe to the channel. Support the channel by tapping that subscribe button. Tap the thumbs up button. Again, exciting times for Montego Bay, I tell you, man. We look forward to it. And I'm telling you, as soon as this bypass open, Good Life in Jamaica will be the first on it. We're going camp out there. Yeah, man. We've done a lot of work, a lot of updates I've done, a lot of video updates I've done on the Montego Bay bypass. From even the foundations of the bridge. Some places too busy to use concrete to set and cure. Oh, so you're saying that the concrete going to take some time for set, so yeah, but they can clear little land and allow people or build, put in some temporary bypass or tell persons find some alternative routes for a person to use while they're installing these concrete roads. Look at Fern Gully. Remember, a large section of Fern Gully is made of concrete roads. When last have you been through Fern Gully? Concrete roads have been used there because Fern Gully is actually a riverbed. Did you know that? Originally, that's where a lot of water used. So it's like you convert a riverbed now into a road. Use asphalt and don't expect the road to be dig up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So they can provide some alternative routes. Because concrete roads will give you a good time. it will take long before that road is damaged. So we're saying that concrete roads should be Jamaica future. Not every road will be concrete. Problematic areas. Areas where you have a lot of flooding, a lot of potholes. That's where the concrete should be used. Right? Again, the last time I traveled to the States, I've seen where they've used concrete as the base, and then they put asphalt on top of that concrete. That road not going to be damaged for now, you know. It's not like Jamaica where you just throw a little mall and then put some concrete on the road bumpy. As rainfall, the water settles, the water, you know, the surface gets bumpy. No, you put in something strong as the base like concrete and you put your asphalt over it. It's going to cost more. But in the long term, it will work out. It will be more economical. Alright? So head to the comments. If you're joining the live for the first time, head to the comments. What do you think about concrete roads being the future of Jamaica? Blaze, you're here. Real talk, my bro. Yeah, man. Concrete roads. Use concrete. Or you cut stones and use as the base. And then you put your asphalt on top of that. Your asphalt can go on top of the concrete. That road not going to be damaged for now. You can't use mall. Mall in Jamaica where every day you have rain and flooding. No, man. When he's saying, you know, water can get around it right in light spots. So have to lay down very good and thick. Yeah, man. And the type of concrete, you have to make sure that that concrete is made a certain way. You know? Again, you have to put in standards. You have to put in standards. You can't let anybody just set up a little place where them say them and make some concrete for fix road. No. You have to have some standards in place to ensure that the right concrete is going in the right areas. You know? Alright. So I'm going to do a quick turn around of the vehicle to show you behind me. Yes, June. I'm glad you're agreeing. So I'm going to do a quick turn around and come back right to this spot. I'm not showing you where I am at now. I'm going to make a right turn and you'll see straight over to where Bogue Village is. And I'm very close to West Village. So let me make a quick turn. So straight over there is Bogue Village. Straight ahead now. Right, so straight ahead will carry you to Fairfield. So actually this is a part of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. When he's saying water main help damage the road too, yeah man, because of the aging infrastructure for NWC pipes. You know, some long time pipes, you know, is underground or beneath these roads, you know. So, you know, those pipes often leak and lead to, you know, more road damage. So again, yes, that's another contributing factor. And you always see NWC digging up the road. So you can see the tractor there doing some more clearing there on the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. Straight ahead up there. You can see the tractor straight ahead. I wish I had some zoom feature on the YouTube live. So we're actually on the Montego Bay Perimeter Road, clear to where they're clearing the land for the Long Hill. All when it knew them I dig up there. Yeah man, NWC had trouble. Alright, so let me do a quick turn now. So straight over here now is actually West Village. You're looking at, you know, the gated community of West Village. This is West Village right here. Very much sought after place. If you're looking for a nice place to live in Montego Bay as a returning resident, you can buy one of these houses. About 28 to 35 million can get you one of these houses over here in the Montego West Village. And we're looking straight back into the hills now, where the Long Hill bypass is slated to be. Someone is saying that in St. Vincent the roads are they have concrete roads. Let me know more about that. Jump to the comments and let me know about some of the roads there in St. Vincent. Yes, we're right beside West Village. 28 million to 35 million. And I'm talking about original scheme, housing scheme houses, you know. Do you think it's too much for a house here in West Village? A lot of money for the houses here in West Village, may I tell you, man. But even, well, houses in general, the price of houses in general, the real estate market is through the roof. It's absurd. Sometimes it's better you buy a land and build your own house. You build your own houses. Because these $28 million, who you think will afford that? Not even middle income persons. One person can't buy it. Wayne saying Boland, yes, I saw it a lot in Colors TV blog when he did visit there. Okay, yeah, man. So I want to hear more about St. Vincent. Because I've recently just saw a comment about St. Vincent and concrete roads. I haven't read everything about it. But what are concrete roads like there in St. Vincent? St. Vincent. Lovely. So again, we're looking at the land clearing efforts for the Long Hill bypass. Again, all of these projects, are slated for May 2026. We also want to look at the Cornwall Regional Hospital and the Western Adolescent, the Western Children and Adolescent Hospital, because it will be open in just 2 to 3 months' time. Can you believe that? So the new hospital will be opened before Cornwall Regional is rehabilitated. What can go so? The budget for Cornwall Regional it's crazy. Alright, so also in countries like Philippines and Vietnam, you're saying that's where they have concrete roads, Wayne? Yeah, man. So we're going to look at Cornwall Regional and we're going to look at the new hospital, the children hospital that's slated to be opened. So again, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, like our videos so that you are kept updated with all of these updates on infrastructural developments. Beautiful day in a beautiful Monday morning here in Montego Bay. Again, Jamaica is the land of wood and water. Land of wood and water. And why this is so is because we have a lot of trees and forests and woodland. All of these help to ensure that we have a constant supply of water. And if we're cutting down all these trees for development and land clearing for roads, etc., we have to be mindful. Yes, bro, I've traveled to some of those Caribbean islands. Most of them have concrete roads. Okay, that's nice. June says, thanks for info and keep up the good work. Blessings. You know that, believe it or not, I haven't been to a Caribbean island before. I've been to New York and I've been to the US. I've been all over except a Caribbean island. I know it look bad. I need to visit another Caribbean island to see how is it that persons who are like myself, how they live. How the infrastructure in those countries compare to Jamaica. What is Jamaica doing wrong? What is Jamaica doing right? How is it that we can improve here in Jamaica? A lot of work is needed in Jamaica for Jamaica to move forward as a first world country. It's because of the rainy season. That's the craft. Okay. Yeah, man. So we need a lot of concrete. We need more concrete roads in Jamaica. Again, flat bridge. I have seen a post somewhere on TikTok about some persons doing funding or gathering funding for constructing a new bridge. So you'll use that bridge instead of a flat bridge. Has anybody seen something about that? Or somebody wants to raise funding to fix flat bridge? I don't know. What is taking the government so long to find a fix for a flat bridge? Every year, multiple people die from or lose their life in flat bridge, you know. What is the government doing about flat bridge? Flat bridge is a problem here, you know. When you don't see that point, yeah man, I see somewhere. I hope it's not somebody trying to rip us off, you know. Somebody saying that they want to raise funding for the fix flat bridge. Flat bridge is another problem here, you know. So the government need to look at some ways to fix flat bridge. Again, if you're joining the live for the first time, welcome to the Good Life in Jamaica YouTube channel, where we talk about infrastructural developments going into Jamaica. And we're looking at land clearing efforts for the Long Hill bypass. We're currently on the one end here of the Montego Bay bypass. Beautiful day in Montego Bay, I'm telling you. Again, the budget for this, the Long Hill bypass and the entire Montego Bay perimeter road, the budget has increased. They need more funding now for the entire Montego Bay perimeter road. So Long Hill bypass upgrades, the upgrades that have been added, they have cost the government or will cost the government an additional US $100 million. And they are confident that they will meet the deadline of May 2026. Are you confident? Viewers and subscribers, are you confident that the government will meet a May 2026 deadline for this, the Montego Bay perimeter road? Anyway, their government are saying that the fix or the improvements that they've made to the Long Hill bypass in terms of the plan to convert it into 4 lanes, the government is saying that this bold move will enhance the efficiency and the safety of the route, providing dedicated climbing lanes for trucks and allowing faster moving traffic to pass safely. The expanded scope will or has increased the overall projected value to 374 million. But the added capacity is expected to yield tremendous long-term value for communities and businesses in the area. So in addition to the 10.5 kilometers of Long Hill bypass, the expanded scope for which has increased the original price tag, the perimeter road project includes the 15.1 kilometer Montego Bay bypass, which now boasts the country's longest bridge, as well as the West Green Avenue upgrade, which will replace roundabouts with traffic signals and widen the route that links 2 major thoroughfares. Again, if you're joining the live for the first time, we're looking at the land clearing efforts here in Bogue, Montego Bay, for the Long Hill bypass. We're on the Montego Bay bypass. We're going to end the live soon. We're going to travel just this end of the Montego Bay bypass before we end the live. So let's go. We'll make a quick turn here and we're going to go in the direction now of Fairfield. If you're joining the channel for the first time, do remember to subscribe, tap that subscribe button. So where I'm traveling to now is the direction of Fairfield. Again, let me know in the comments how the quality of the video looks. Are you hearing me clearly? Alright, so this is what they say will be the Montego Bay perimeter road here in Fairfield. To my right is the Montego Bay West Village, and to my left is where you'll go straight back to the Bogue Village community. So Wayne and the others who are here, what do you think about this, the Montego Bay bypass? We're here, we're heading to Fairfield. Or this is the direction. We won't travel the full length to Fairfield, you know. By the way, let me see how it looks first. Don't know if I have to see how far they reach by this December and June next year. Yes. To know if they'll meet the Montego Bay. Here, Montego Bay. To know if they'll meet the May 2026 deadline. And the Czech team is doing an excellent job. Again, we're on the Montego Bay Perimeter Road. And we're going in the direction of Fairfield. Exciting times ahead for Montego Bay. The Montego Bay Perimeter Road again will be 4 lanes of traffic. And it will be a toll road. If you're joining the live for the first time, we just looked at land clearing efforts for the Long Hill bypass. And we're currently on the Montego Bay Perimeter Road, or the Montego Bay bypass. Alright, I don't think we can go further, so we're going to make a U-turn. I'm just showing you what land clearing efforts for the Montego Bay Perimeter Road look like. Alright, so we're heading back now into the direction of Bogue. All of that mountain that you're seeing in front of you, that's where the Long Hill bypass will go through. You can hear the knocking there. The Czech team is putting in some work. They're putting in more walls there for the Montego West Village community. They're putting the walls here so that the construction of the bypass won't affect them. The Mobile Perimeter Road is achievable, and an increase in manpower and pace of work. Yeah, man. We're looking for that May 2026 deadline. Again, if you're joining the live, do remember to leave a comment. We're looking at the Montego Bay Perimeter Road and the Long Hill bypass. Exciting times ahead for Montego Bay, I'm telling you. Do remember to follow us on Twitter as well. About Twitter. Do remember to follow us on TikTok. We are on TikTok. Just search for Good Life in Jamaica. I was recently at the Montego Bay or Mobay City Run yesterday. Anybody here joining the live that was at the Mobay City Run? I was at the City Run and we did some videos there. Concrete roads will cost too much money. It's very expensive to do most of the roads with concrete. Yes, I've seen the comment. Yeah, the May 2026 deadline is a bit too close, but it's a check. Let me tell you, I think that they'll meet the deadline because the Czech team, if it was some Jamaican contractors on the work, I would think twice. But if for me it's a Czech team, the Chinese, trust me, they'll actually finish it before the deadline. Don't put that past them. I saw the comment where it said that concrete roads are expensive. Yes, concrete roads are expensive, but I'm not saying every road should be concrete roads. Just the problematic areas. Just like how they make Fern Gully, some sections of Fern Gully with concrete road. Right, that's what I'm saying. Only the problematic sections, they can start now with concrete roads. The digging a lot takes a lot of time away. Yes. Yeah, me understand. Especially for the Long Hill bypass, it will take some time and then just reach at